Good morning, madam. Um, for today, me and Zach, we are going to present for our assignment 1 for Ecology Informatics. So we will ask to choose a chapter between, we will ask to choose a topic between chapter 1 and chapter 2. So for our topic, it will be an ecology-based method for defining priorities for large mammal conservation. In which case, this case study uses the tiger. So basically, everyone knows that the tiger is the largest living cat species. It have dark stripes, orange brown fur with light underside. So the light underside is the white color. So basically, from afar, we can see that the tiger is brown, orange brown, dark stripe with white white color underneath it. So why did we choose this topic? Because the tiger is one of the most threatened large carnivores in the world. The numbers are decreasing throughout the years because of illegal poaching. People are using the fur of the tiger to make very fashionable and nice clothings, and it is sold around the world, so the demands are high. And then it is also because that the human population are increasing actually in a very high rate, and then this causes us to to cut down the forest to make housing, buildings, basically a community. So for this slide, it shows about the case study that is published on 1998, which was a long time ago. But this case study is still being continued because this case study is not just for a period of time, it's for a long time because it's a conservation study. So this is an ecological best method, meaning that everything revolves around the habitat of the animal chosen, which are the tigers. Since the habitat are very large around the world, there are no way that we can pinpoint accurately the number of tigers or how they live. So they define it as priorities. The priorities meaning is that it is divided into 3 levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. For the level 1 and level 2, uh, it is the most prioritized area because it has the highest probability for the tiger to survive or to reproduce to increase its own population. So they are given immediate funding for the conservation strategy. So one of the approach for this method is a framework approach, meaning um, the researchers make a representation of the tiger ecology and its habitat. So this actually is a combined effort from WHO and other NGO organization. So one of the map is the Indian subcontinent. Of course, you have India, Pakistan, Nepal, and then the second one would be Indochina, which is Myanmar, Vietnam, Cambodia, and then of course the third one would be Southeast Asia, which is from from Myanmar until Indonesia, and also Philippines. We have actually we used to have high tiger population, and then for the fourth one is the South China, meaning it's the south of China, including Taiwan, and then the last one would be the far east of Russia. So this framework approach actually make an hierarchy of the tiger's natural habitat. So this habitat is based on this case study and is used around the world to pinpoint and find the tiger's population. Because this is a combined effort, they were able to send a lot of groups of researchers into the different bioregions. Of course, you would have mangrove, tropical forest, dry land, upland, and so on. But then later in this presentation, Zach will present about the result. So a lot of terms will be used like TDF, which stands for tropical dry forest, or TMF for tropical moist forest. So this is to make things not that complicated for us to understand. And then what then? After we find the habitat, what then? So the researchers they pinpoint accurately the tiger conservation unit, which are a block habitats. The block habitats in in ecology means that it is the habitat of the animal that will not undergo any construction, any um, or any buildings, making buildings and so on. So basically, it's just a preserved forest. There's no activity, no human activity, and so on. And then um, the tiger conservation unit are ranked based on the habitat integrity, the poaching pressure, and the tiger population. And then how? So these protected areas, they are actually bounded. They are given boundaries for the entire landscape. This is to protect the tigers so they can reproduce, live, and move around. So basically, the tiger conservation unit is the block of habitat for the tiger, meaning no one can be involved in that habitat for human activities. And then they would score the tiger conservation unit, meaning the tiger conservation unit were given scores based on the trends, the increase or decrease of the population, and so on. So for the first category is a intact population is stable, meaning nothing is changed. They are conserved, so they were given 10 points. So for the second category is the moderately depleted population, meaning the population of the tiger are actually decreased or depleted. But then if it's increased, it's given 10 points. If it's stable, it's given 8 points. If it's declining again, it's given 7 points. Or its status is unknown, also given 7 points. For this, status is unknown is because the habitat is so large, no one can actually, able to calculate or, do an observation of the tiger accurately. For the third category is the severely depleted population. If it increase, then 7 points. Stable, 5 points. Declining, 1 point. Or status unknown, 3 points. It is given lower points because it is already a severely depleted population. If it decline again, we cannot give it a high score. So the chief factors are the habitat integrity, poaching pressure, and the loss of prey density, meaning that the predator increase and the prey decrease. So how were they able to give scores in such a short time? Actually, this case study was started on 1988 and finished on 1998, which took 10 years. One of the reasons stated was because the staff and scientists was not able to stay there for over 10 years. Because of course everyone will have their own dedication, have their own responsibility. So the staff and the scientists, doing the research would keep changing, of course, and then it would lead to other factors such as ineffective data collection, because it's like the first person did it and then the second took over. Of course the way of understanding is different.
So hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about the results based on this case study, which is the tiger conservation unit. So there are three types of bioregion that is mainly discussed in this bioregion, which is the Indian subcontinent bioregion and also the Indo-China bioregion, and lastly Southeast Asia bioregion. So in this first bioregion, in Indian bioregion, it consists of few countries which are India, Bhutan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. So in this TCUs, in this bioregion, they have a total of 59 TCUs that were found, that were discovered. And 11 were in level 1, 7 in level 2, and 4 in immediate survey. And this bioregion has 6 types of habitat, tiger habitat. So there is TMF, which is tropical moist forest, PMD, tropical moist deciduous forest, TDF, tropical dry forest, MEN stands for mangroves, AGD stands for alluvial grassland and subtropical deciduous forest, and lastly is SUF, which is subtropical and temperate upland forests. So here 20 of the total 59 TCUs do not contain any protected areas. So therefore, the mean size of the protected areas is around 1,621 plus minus to 2,458 kilometers per square. So however, for the TCU that is having priority, such as in level 1 and level 2, because they are the ones that are priority, they need to have priority. So two of it, which is in level 2, which is TCU number 43 and 40, do not contain any strict TCU protection. So therefore, the mean area that is protected within the 22 priority TCU is around plus minus 2,482 kilometers per square to 2,984 kilometers per square. So this is what is found and researched in Indian subcontinent bioregion. However, in the second bioregion, which is the Indo-China bioregion, so it consists of few countries as well, such as Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Burma, and Thailand. And here, the tiger habitat type mainly focuses on three, such as the tropical moist forest, tropical moist deciduous forest, and tropical dry forest. Not only that, certain discoveries has been made in the immediate survey where two places, which is in Thailand and Burma, the tiger habitat type is in mangroves. So there is a total of 69 TCUs altogether that were identified, and 10 in level 1, 8 in level 2, and 8 for immediate survey. And 36 out of the entire TCU, which is 69, do not have any strict protected areas. So therefore, as what the studies has shown, the mean size of protection area in TCU is around plus minus 3,182 to 6,225 kilometers per square, or 17% of the total TCU area. So in this level 2 and immediate survey, there are 1 and 2 TCU areas respectively that do not have any area of protection as per the research being made. So moving on to the last part of bioregion, which is the Southeast Asia. So it is very clear in this table that the tiger habitat type is only one, which is the tropical moist forest. So the reason of it only being one habitat type is because all the other five tiger habitat types are fragmented into this bioregion. So therefore, all the other five habitats is included within this tropical moist forest. And this bioregion consists of countries such as Indonesia, which is the Sumatra, which is in Indonesia, Malaysia, and also Thailand. And a total of 31 TCUs, where 4 in level 1, 6 in level 2, and 4 in immediate survey. And two levels, two TCU numbers, such as 150 and 152 in level 2, were more focused more on, and more research has been done on these two places in Sumatra. And they found out that these two places has large areas of peat swamp, which is noted as poor tiger habitat. And this poor tiger habitat, it affects the score of the habitat integrity. So due to it being poor tiger habitat, so does the score being poor as well. And 14 out of the 31 TCUs do not have any strict protected areas, same as in the other two regions. So mean size in the area of TCU is around plus minus 2,908 to 4,544 kilometers per square, or 36% of the total TCU area. So however, the 14 priority TCUs, which is in level 1 and in level 2, do not contain any TCU protection. So if it is shown in level 2, which is in Selama and Endau, which both are in Malaysia. So these two places do not contain any protection of tiger conservation unit. So therefore, the mean area protected is around plus minus 3,510 to 4,798 kilometers per square. So this sums up all the results that were found in the case study. And for all the three tables, not all the TCU numbers are in the table because only certain few important TCUs numbers of and places and names are only inserted into the table to give more in detail research and studies about these particular places. And not only that, because of the places not having the area of TCU protection, so therefore many tigers are at risk of being hunted down, being at risk of not being monitored by the conservation to make them not extinct from this world. So one example is in Malaysia, where Malayan tigers are at the brink of extinction. So therefore, this is due because of the lack of personnel to help them take care of these tigers from being extinct.
After that, based on the result of this case study might not be accurate because it was stated there the national and the local tiger conservation team have different priorities because everyone would have their own view. And then since this is a combined effort, uh, all around the world, Vietnam, USA, World Wildlife Fund for Nature, World Wildlife Fund Program, Wildlife Conservation Society. Of course, everyone will have their own team for this study. And then further on, it was stated that a severe depletion of mangrove swamp in Asia was increasing. So a severe swamp was increasing. And then such a place actually is a suitable hunting ground for the tiger. Just like Zachary stated, the Malayan tigers in Malaysia was near extinction. This was one of the reason. And then further on, it was stated there lack of trained staff, as well as the one that Zach had mentioned, but this was around the world as well. And then not only that, the tigers were restricted to tropical moist forests, which is not the suitable um, place compared to the lowland forest, because in the lowland forest there were more prey, and the prey density is higher. So for this, they concluded in the discussion that the opportunities for improvement for the landscape management is very important because we should prioritize the lowlands since majority of the tiger are staying in lowlands. So for now, let's get to the fun facts.
Okay. So for some fun facts about tigers. So individual tiger has their own unique design of stripes on their body. It can camouflage itself better than a ninja. Its greatest threat is humans because humans tend to hunt them down for medicinal values from their organs, their teeth, and also their skin. Only 50% of cubs live past 2 years old. And the only tiger species that can swim is the Malayan tiger, which is located in Malaysia. Lastly, is that tiger can mate with other big cats. So for example, if a male tiger mates with a female lion, their offspring will be known as a tiger. So these are a few of the fun facts that were found for tigers. So in conclusion, the areas that contains these tigers must be conserved by having lots of efforts and supports. Not only this, but also lots of fundings and perfect protection are needed to protect them adequately so that they don't face extinction in the near future. So thank you. This is all from us. And these are the references that were used for this entire presentation. Thank you.